Good morning, everyone. Well, I am in Florida today, and we are in between monster truck shows, which is what I do on the weekends, is travel with my family to different events across the United States, but mostly onto the East Coast. So when I'm on the road, I still like to get out there and teach my fitness classes and offer some mental health benefits of exercise. And today, that's what we're going to talk about, is mental health. And for some reason, I was drawn to this beautiful place. You can see there's a pond behind me. Hopefully no alligators come up while we're talking. We have a crow putting his 2 cents in. And there's also a couple really beautiful big ducks, like kind of walking around here by me. I have a bag, so they think that I have something for them to eat, I guess. And he's very noisy. Okay, so this is just so funny. I had to push pause for a minute because this crow is going crazy. I think that he wants food, or maybe he's calling for a mate, but he's just going nonstop. So I'm going to try to keep some focus here. I want to talk about the brain-changing effects of exercise. So science has shown us that just 30 minutes of exercise at intermediate levels and intermediate intensity can boost your brain function by 60%. And it's more important than ever right now, because after the pandemic, they're finding that about depression is up over 30%, right? So it's important for us to try to boost our brain's own healing powers. There we go. Bye-bye, Mr. Crow. Finally, he left. I guess he realized he wasn't getting anything to eat today. Okay, so oh my goodness, live videos, gotta just love them. So if we can increase our brain power, increase our feel-good hormones by exercising just 30 minutes a day, 3 to 4 times a week. It helps to fight anxiety. It helps to fight depression. I do have a few notes because I really don't want to forget anything here. I want to just give you a little bit of background. I've been teaching fitness classes for 30 years, and that's certified for 30 years. But long before that, now we got a big duck coming over here. And he is really big, and he's not too far from me. Yeah, I want to see. Look at this boy. Say hello. And that's another point. I mean, nature really can boost your brain power and your mood as well, as long as he doesn't come attacking my legs as I'm sitting here in the park. So, another one's chasing him away. Okay, so let me just get back to my background. When I was a young girl, I stayed a lot with my grandmothers. My grandmothers were very, very important and very close to me. My parents split up. I come from a broken home. There was some alcohol abuse and things like that in our home. So I witnessed a lot of physical abuse. I was not physically abused myself, but I witnessed a lot of physical abuse as a young girl. From the time that I was about 2 or 3 years old, I have really vivid memories of this. So I lived a lot with my grandmothers. My mom and dad, mostly my mom, moved around a lot. And I had one grandmother who had, she had bipolar, and she was manic depressive. She had many nervous breakdowns, and back in them days, they used to use shock therapy for that. And this is the grandmother that I stayed with the most. I don't know if she was watching me or I was watching her, but we were very close. And then my other grandmother had sugar diabetes, and therefore had to watch her diet, which a lot of times she didn't. She worked very hard on the farm, and she took care of everybody else, right? Because that's what us women generally do, is we take care of our families first, and sometimes we put ourselves second. To the point where my grandmother with the sugar diabetes, she ended up losing toes on her foot, and eventually her life from that sugar diabetes, being untreated, not taking care of herself, right? I think if I remember correctly, she was having problems and was more concerned about feeding the guys who were working in the grape vineyards and then going to the doctors. So that's definitely not a good excuse. So my grandmother on my mom's side took a drug to have children, and after she had her children, right away, before the baby even came home from the hospital, had her first nervous breakdown. I believe that she was up to about 28 nervous breakdowns before she finally passed away. So she'd be good, and then she wouldn't be good, and it'd be really bad, and she'd be hospitalized. So as a young girl, I was there quite a bit, and my grandma liked to watch like Dance Fever and things like that. And I remember being about 10, 11 years old and getting up and dancing and seeing the happiness and joy on her face. And also she loved to take walks. And so when she would start to have a mental breakdown, I would be like, Grandma, come on, let's get your shoes. Let's go take a walk. And sometimes it would be enough to bring her down from whatever was going on in her mind. And I remember this feeling of like, hey, this is what I can do to help my grandmother. Not to mention that when I was 11, I wrote her a whole fitness routine. I don't know if she ever did it. At this time, of course, I was not certified. I had never even been to a gym. I just recognized really early on that this helped brain function. And before I came to you today, I prayed. I prayed that God would let me speak from my heart and from my mind, and to share like some things that have happened to me, so that maybe my story will help somebody out there who's dealing with depression or has a family member who's dealing with depression, because it's not as easy as just taking a pill and getting healthy again. There's just so many layers to that onion, right? So one of the things I want to get back to the exercise is I recognized it very early on, and there are brain-changing effects that happen from exercise. Now that I'm older and I'm certified and I've been a trainer for 30 years, I have seen this over and over and over again. Even to the point of fertility. People who exercise become more fertile. They become happier. Things happen to the body, not just in the brain, but the whole entire body. Okay, so this crow is back again. You have better mood, better memory. You have better sleep. Your attention gets better. Your brain actually grows from exercise. I'm not kidding you. Think of it as a muscle. Your brain becomes more dense, and that helps to fight off some of like the brain diseases and cognitive loss that happen later in life. So it's kind of like building up a muscle so it can support you later on in your aging years. So just one workout, you feel good right after your workout, because those neurotransmitters, they are firing up, right? It only takes one workout to start feeling better. And then it's a progression. It's like that snowball effect. You do one, you feel good, you feel another, you do another, you feel better and better and better and better, right? It's that big snowball effect there. It increases your attention span. So if you have a big test to take and you're feeling anxious, not only does it help with the anxiety, or like you have a meeting or something that's really a presentation that you have to do, even such as this. Maybe I should have exercised before doing this video. It helps to bring down the anxiety, right? And it helps you have a better attention span, so you could actually pay attention longer. And I definitely need this. Let me tell you what, because I'm all over the place. I mean, here I am talking to you, but I'm personally a hot mess myself. I don't have a great memory. I am great with people, and that is my strong point, but definitely like presentations and memory, not my thing. So yeah, that's why I pray before I talk. Okay, so the more you work out, the bigger your brain is going to get, right? It's going to get more dense, and that is going to help so that cognitive decline happens more slowly. 3 to 4 times a week, 30 minutes at a moderate intensity is shown to boost your brain power the most. You don't have to have an expensive gym membership, guys. Listen, you can take a walk. You can vacuum your floor faster. You can mop the floor. You can go up the stairs. Like I went to visit a friend at the hospital, and it was way up, and I decided I'm not taking the elevator. I'm gonna use the stairs, even though my leg hurts because I've had cancer twice and had it removed, and I have scar tissue and all that good stuff. Yeah, I have my own excuses, right? Who doesn't have excuses? I did it. I got up. I went up the stairs. I didn't take the elevator. Okay. So, there's lots of things that you can do, parking further from the store, not getting your groceries for pickup. Go in the store, pick out your groceries, walk the aisles, especially the perimeter, because that's where all the good stuff is, right? Okay. So some things that you can help with your brain too that help with depression are cocoa. like, ooh, okay, now we got a squirrel. Scared me there for a minute. I want to make sure there's no snakes dropping out of the trees. So if you can get dark chocolate, a little chunk every day, will do you some good. Kefir, you know, that good gut bacteria is fantastic for the brain. Fatty fish is wonderful for the brain. I'm looking all over, like between the pond and the alligators, the squirrels, these big ducks, and that nasty crow. Finally, he left. And legume and beans, amino acids, good proteins are good for your brain. Okay, so studies show that there's over 30% more depression since COVID. And that's really why I'm here today. I find that a lot of people are isolating themselves, especially my seniors, and that is not a positive thing. So even if you can't get out because COVID is rampant where you are, I know it's boosting up in our area, and a lot of the seniors now are locking themselves down again. Make a phone call, or perhaps find your people. Like, who can you help? Do you know somebody who's a shut-in? Maybe you can write them a card, or maybe you can go for a walk with them. Take them outside where they're not in an enclosed area, and then you're going to get that brain boosting power, and you're going to get that release in depression and anxiety, but you're also going to help somebody else to feel those benefits of that as well. Exercise is the most potent antidepressant drug. Exercise is the most potent anti-anxiety drug. And you can do it for free. Get out there and walk. March in your living room. Do some leg lifts while you're cooking dinner. You don't have to have expensive equipment. I'm telling you, there is just so much out there. You can pick up a bottle of water and lift it over your head. Or the other day, I used a jug of degreaser that my guys had in the semi, because I don't have any equipment with me, but I'm going to make something work. So remember, working out has lasting effects on your brain for hours and days after you work out. Oh, there's that little duck. And so does getting out in Mother Nature. How cute is that? So this is Kim Robbins with some tips for boosting your brain power and decreasing anxiety and depression. I hope you found this video helpful, and find more videos like this on the Fitness Farm with Kim Robbins. Bye-bye. Thank you. Have a wonderful day today.